So I tried something a bit unusual yesterday. For starters, I actually decided to upgrade my phone. Here you go. Yep, that's right. Got myself a classic Nokia phone. That's right, for about 15 pounds or whatever the hell. Got a new SIM card and everything for it. Set it up officially. That's my go-to phone now. When I'm out and about, that is. I, of course, still have my fucking obnoxious ass piece of shit iPhone. I'm using it to record this video right now. So, yeah, still clinging on to that piece of shit. But I've decided from now on, I'm just going to leave this fucking thing at home. Unless I absolutely have to take it with me out and about. Otherwise, I'm just relying on this little bugger right here for any absolutely necessary text messages or calls and whatnot. Not that I have really anybody on it yet. So far, I've only added my mother onto it. Whoops. But, add other people too, other friends of mine who as the momentum starts going, I'll add other friends of mine and whatnot onto it. But like I said, I had it for about, I guess 2 days now. So yeah, that's that. I did it as a sort of experiment I'm doing now. Because in addition to getting my Nokia and everything and all that shit set up yesterday, I also tried doing a bit of this sort of like dopamine detox. I yesterday made sure not to like partake in any sort of technological shit aside from like doing a few text message exchanges. Other than that, I didn't watch any Netflix, didn't play any video games, didn't fucking even, because I had my Nokia with me, I didn't have any music on it, so I didn't even fucking listen to music when I was out and about. I just for a joke, when I was on the train, I played Snake for like 15 minutes just to see what it was like. Retro as fuck. But aside from that, I barely even looked at the thing because, it's a freaking old Nokia phone. There's not much to do on that. And the Snake is very primitive. It's just got better colors than the old version. But otherwise, it's basically the same Snake as, any Nokia havers out there, had back in like the early 2000s and whatnot. So yeah, that's basically how I went through the whole day. I just went out and about from the start of the day. Just tried to like be as much present in reality as possible, and it was kind of a mixed bag experience, to be honest. Like, so on the one hand, the positive of it, it was nice to kind of have just a more, I don't know what I'm saying, like it was nice to kind of have like the sort of, I call it now a parasite, the parasite of just like kind of the iPhone just sort of away from me for a bit. Because I think I really realized just how fucking obnoxious this goddamn thing is once it's just not around me constantly. Once it's not constantly nagging me for my attention. I really kind of view the iPhone to one's brain as being like having a fucking floating piece of like chocolate cake always hovering around somebody who just is a goddamn dessert fiend, essentially. Like the iPhone is, yeah, the iPhone. That's how the iPhone is to like one's attention span. It's just like having constant, unending chocolate cake, basically always floating around and ruining your appetite. So on the one hand, it's constantly tempting, and in some ways, it is tasty, but essentially every time you're indulging in it, especially when you do it excessively, you have that weird mix that you might get when you've had too much dessert, where you're like kind of enjoying it, but you're also feeling like shit at the same time, but you just can't stop having enough of it, basically. I mean, it's an addiction. Fundamentally, that's what it is. Duh. So it was kind of nice just having that relief, even if it felt kind of weird. I felt like something was lacking because I was so habitually like that. Like, it was especially strange at one point. I went off to do some drawing, and it was just interesting to like not even have like, I normally always listen to something when I'm drawing, and normally not even like music because that's fine. I normally like listen to some fucking stupid slop shit on YouTube a lot of times. Like, I'm not even listening to like books on tape normally. I'm normally listening to just like news stuff or like some drama shit, just some noise to fill the void. And it was interesting to just be drawing for a couple hours without having any distractions really beyond whatsoever. It was just me in a silent room just drawing. That was it. So that was interesting. Um, and also I did like a bit of writing and stuff later when I got home. Anyways, so that was all nice. But it was just strange how like, while it was also relieving, it made me feel not just this sort of something that was missing, not just from the lack of an iPhone, and also later on, like, I didn't get to go to my typical crutch for entertainment, that is video games. So it didn't feel like it was just that that was missing. But I felt such a strange sense of emptiness, specifically when I was out and about. It really occurred to me, and this may be, it's like, and this isn't even like a big revelation or anything like that, but like, holy shit, when I go out in public and I'm not on my own iPhone and I'm just like on the train, just present, just there, it is fucking crazy to see how many people are just constantly on their fucking iPhone. Again, I know this is not an original take. In fact, I'd say this is almost like a boomer take, except for the fact that, ironically, I think boomers are just as susceptible, if not more susceptible, than generations younger than them to be iPhone addicts. Okay, maybe they're equally so. But yeah, like everybody is. Like, doesn't matter what age group you are. It's like everybody's on their fucking iPhones. It is actually fucking creepy now. I used to think it was just kind of like, yeah, like sort of like there's that kind of cliche um of like all these sort of like dystopian drawings that people do of like the zombie on their iPhone. Like, look at that. Everybody's just on their smartphone now. We're all just a bunch of sheep on their smartphones. And it's kind of a cringy cliche at this point to kind of point that out and make like art pieces of it. But you know what? I don't think it's cringe, and I actually think that it being a cliche is completely valid because it is 100% fucking true. We are just iPhone zombies, and it is fucking creepy. It's really fucking creepy, actually. Like, when I was on the train, and I noticed that again today because even though I didn't take another tech break, I was guilty of playing video games today, well, but I still am sticking to the thing of just only having my Nokia with me when I'm going out and about. When I was on the train today, especially when I was coming home, it was so eerie to just see, like, it felt like a fucking crypt. And actually, you know what? No, it was worse than a crypt because at least a crypt has like some kind of energy to it. I don't know if you've ever been to I mean, I don't. Well, yeah. No, I guess I have been to like a crypt, like in a kind of museum or something like that, or at least like a cemetery or a graveyard. They have energy to them, right? Like being in a place like that has like a sort of eerie kind of vibe to it, but there's also kind of like a sort of strange, in my opinion, sort of mystique to it. They're almost sort of, on one hand, it's a bit off-putting, but like kind of in an intriguing way, but it's also sort of got an allure to it. I don't know. I kind of like the sort of macabre nature of like a cemetery or a crypt. It speaks to my inner emo. No, this is worse than that. I think that actually comparing what it's like to be on a train with a bunch of iPhone people to a crypt is an insult to crypts. It's an insult to the dead, frankly. This felt more like just being in an eerily silent, like, warehouse of cardboard cutouts. That's what it feels like. Like, it's just the emotional equivalent of just looking at a blank piece of fucking paper. There's just nothing there. It's just a void. It's fucking creepy as shit. Go on the train and you just look there and everybody's just, almost everybody, like 90%. And the people who aren't, they're just kind of staring dead ahead. I don't know. It's fucking uncanny. And it's not just the fact that it's like even just there. It's like I also notice that sometimes in other instances as well. Like yesterday, after I was done with my volunteer work, I went to go and get a beer because I was just like, fuck it. I don't have really anything to hurry home to. So I was like, yeah, fuck it. I'll just go out and get a beer. Just kind of relax, just vibe with my thoughts with a beer after, like a few hours of volunteering. And that was another thing, like another instance like that was just this kind of emptiness kind of struck me there. When I went up to the bartender and I asked for a beer, I was polite and everything. I was just like, hey there, can I get a da 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 da? And the guy literally said nothing to me. He just poured the beer, gave it to me, gave me the payment, nothing. Not a single fucking word was exchanged to me. The guy like just looked like he was barely even there. He was just like a fucking zombie. He was just like, and on the one hand, I can't blame him. I've been a bartender. It's a fucking soul-crushingly dull job. Most jobs are soul-crushingly dull. So on the one hand, I'm sympathetic to him. I wasn't like, oh, how dare he not fucking talk to me. I think it was just more sad that like taking my own fucking personal ego out of it. I think it's just sad that that's just kind of the existence that has been happening to people. Because that guy is far from the exception. I know a lot of people are like that. It's the typical kind of Gen Z stare situation. He didn't like stare at me, but it was just sort of this vacantness. And it was the same kind of vibe I got on the train. It's just a guy who's just there, existing to get through his fucking shift and just finish it. He didn't care. He barely even registered me as another person. He was just like, okay, this is just another task I need to do on my job before I'm done and I can just go home. Like, that's why I didn't even take it personally, because like the guy barely even registered my existence. And it's like that on the trains too. Like, people are barely registering each other's existence as well. They're just kind of like, okay, we're here. We're going to just get through this. You know, people like the guy at his job, I just need to get through my job, finish it. People on the train, I just need to get through this commute of the train and get home. It's like, and then also when you get home, what do? A lot of times, most people, they go find some source of entertainment because it's just something to fill the void. It's just like, yep, I just got to get through this evening with a sufficient dose of entertainment so I can go to sleep, get through the sleep, wake up tomorrow, go to the job that I just get through the job to get to the end of the day, to commute back home and get through. Like, everything is just get through it, get through it, get through it, get through it. Like, we are fucking dead inside as a species. It's fucking crazy. Not all of us, just most of us. And it's fucking disturbing as shit. It's really like, this shit has gotten to a dystopian level. It's not just the phones, but the phones are a huge fucking problem. I kind of liken it to that the iPhone, the smartphone, the Shartphone, as I'm going to call it from now on. It's not the fucking ammunition, but it is the gun to the head of our fucking collective social civilization, I think. And it's maybe not the only gun, but it's one of the biggest fucking guns. Okay? Because the iPhone on its own, the smartphone on its own, isn't really the problem. It's just that it's all the just bullshit that it's loaded up with. It's the fact that it's just loaded up with all this fucking horseshit that is fucking just turning us into goddamn zombies. And I've realized that it is deceptively mind controlling us. It's fucking creepy as shit. And I think that the fact that like I'm pointing this out and I always like there's like a part of me in the back of my head that's saying like, oh, you're overreacting. This is crazy. It's just a phone. It's just a phone. I feel like that shit is just plausible deniability. That like, yeah, of course it's gonna seem like not a big deal because it's just a phone, dude. Dude, it's a fucking brainwashing chip. It's 100% a brainwashing chip. This shit's fucking creepy, man. It's fucking creepy as shit. I really am like disturbed by just how much of a goddamn stranglehold these motherfucking phones have on our minds. It is fucking us over. And the reason why I say that it's like not just the phone itself, it's what's loaded on it. Because think of all the shit that's connected to your phone. First of all, a lot of people, they get news, right? What is news? Pretty much always bad. You know, news has never been more accessible nowadays, more sources than nowadays, more like entertainment focused than nowadays. And it's not really entertainment. It's more just about how do you get your attention. And it's always bad news. Bad news is the one that always gets everybody attention. People are too fucking informed of the nature of the world, which on one hand, people should be informed because the nature of the world is fucking dire as shit. But then at the same time, people are being informed in shit that they have absolutely no fucking control over. So on the one hand, you're getting news that just reminds you of what a fucking horror show this goddamn reality is, which it is, but it's like endless. It's just like, yeah, it's not just that your own daily life on a selfish level is a horror show. It's like everything else is a fucking horror show too. You just got to be reminded of all this shit, all that shit, all this shit, all that shit. And so, and then even like on an interpersonal level, people are like on social media and shit like that. There's always the classic example of people talking about, you know, they feel insecure about their life and they look at how other people's lives are doing when it's obviously a bullshit facade that, you know, other people's lives are always exaggerated as being better than they really are. So that's another thing. It feeds people's insecurities. Or you see bad news from not just the news, but from other people. Like just yesterday, I happened to pop on Facebook for the first time in fucking ages because I almost never use Facebook anymore. And what do I see? I see a family friend of mine had fucking skin cancer. So I was like, oh, that's great. Fuck. Okay. So I'd get that kind of update. So I'll see like either an update of somebody having like the facade of an amazing life. And at least I realize now it's a facade, but I think that just makes me sad in a different way now. Now it doesn't make me feel like, oh God, I'm not matching up to their standards of having a great life. It's more just like, oh, you're full of shit. That just makes me depressed in a different way. It's like, maybe they're not, but odds are you're bullshitting and your life is not as amazing as it seems. And that just makes me sad in a different way because I'm like, why are you doing this? You're clearly not living this fairy tale life, almost certainly. It's either that or I see some depressing sadness of like this guy who had fucking skin cancer. And it's like, shit. And obviously I don't blame this family friend of mine for posting that. Like he even said like, I'm sorry, I don't want to post about my like personal life and shit, but it's a harrowing experience. I totally get it. And he posted it up there almost like as a PSA to say like, dude, put on fucking sunscreen. Like no matter where you are, it's good to put on sunscreen. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I don't blame him for posting that. I blame more the people who are posting the idyllic versions of their life where like everything's amazing. But even then, it still has a fucking toll on you. It's kind of just like that's just what it is. You just go online. If it's any kind of interactions with the wider world, it's either bad news at an interpersonal level, bad news on a global level, or it's just images of like, oh, people living bullshit idyllic versions of life that is just not even true or highly exaggerated. Or you get like bits of like kind of slop void drama to just kind of garble your head with some kind of noise that keeps you engaged. If you go on like YouTube and whatnot. And that's what I was guilty of partaking in. Like I follow a lot of these channels that cover like the downfall of like Joe Rogan and his like circle of friends and whatnot. And to be honest, it is kind of interesting on one level, but at a certain point, it really does just become slop nonsense. Like, what the fuck do I really give a fuck about Joe Rogan? Fuck Joe Rogan. Is that really like the best thing I can occupy my mind with? Is this dumbass fucking bald cunt? I can say it. Well, I can say the bald part because I am bald. Maybe I can't say cunt. Okay, bald prick. Here, I'll be a little bit more PC about it. Because I can call him a prick. Because I'm a prick too. But not as much of a prick as Joe Rogan is. So fuck Joe Rogan, that bald prick. And like at a certain point, it's like, okay, like maybe it's good to learn a little bit about, you know, just out of curiosity to find out how much this guy has fallen. But at a certain point, who the fuck cares? Do I need to keep hearing about every step of his downfall? Or like the downfall of some other YouTuber who's like, oh, they used to be great, but then they got busted. They got canceled. And they found out that they're a fucking sex predator. Or they fucking stole some money. Or they did some other shit. Or they fucking support the KKK secretly. I don't fucking know. It's like, who cares at a certain point? I don't fucking know these people in person. I don't give a shit. It's just fucking noise. And the noise is just like, it's either slop nonsense to fill the void that doesn't really matter, or it's just stuff to stress you the fuck out, make you scared. You know, more scared than you already have to be. Yeah, you should be a bit scared about life, but holy fuck, this is just making everything worse. And again, I know that none of what I'm saying is really like news to anybody, pun intended. But it's kind of like I'm kind of reaching that moment where like, do you, the rhetorical you who's watching this, know the difference between like knowing something and like knowing something? It's kind of like, okay, I'll use an extreme example, but it's kind of like, for instance, when somebody kind of tells you like, hey, you're going to die one day. And you just kind of know that it's like a matter of fact. You're just kind of like, oh yeah, I guess I'm going to die one day. It's like that versus like if you have a near-death experience and you almost fucking die. You know, and I've had that before. And that was kind of like when I had that moment where I'm like, oh shit, I really am going to die one day. I could have died right now. Like, it's kind of like, yeah, you know it, but then you know it. Or for instance, okay, I know these are morbid examples, but I mean, I'm just saying that because they churn up vivid depictions in one's mind, but kind of like the whole like million deaths is a tragedy. Sorry, million deaths is one death is a tragedy, a million deaths is like a statistic type thing, where like seeing one murder makes you, like in gory detail, makes you really realize the true horrid nature of somebody being killed versus like hearing a statistic about millions of people dying. It really drags away from it. And you're kind of like, oh yeah, a million people died. But you kind of view it and you're like, oh, that's tragic. But you don't really understand it. You don't see those millions of people dying. It's kind of knowing it and knowing it. I mean, I had that kind of recently with like the whole Charlie Kirk thing. I mean, not a fan of the guy at all. Don't believe that he deserved what he got, though. Don't get me wrong. I would have just rather he lost his job. But like, it was one thing when I heard like, oh, Charlie Kirk's been shot. I'm like, oh shit, he got shot. Damn. Well, fuck. It sucks for him. And then I happened to come across the footage and I was just like, oh shit. Like, oh shit, that's what it really means for somebody to get fucking shot in the neck. You know, like it's kind of like a difference between like, oh yeah, he got shot in the neck versus like, you see it and you're like, oh, that's what it is to like really be fucking shot in the neck. I know all of these are morbid fucking examples, but it's kind of like, that's sort of what I've been realizing with this whole thing. Where like, I realize on one level, like, yeah, we're all kind of just brainwashed on our iPhones with this whole constant drip of just slop that's in our brains and filling our minds with nonsense and shit. And like, I kind of knew that in a more detached sense, especially because I was partaking in it to, you know, certain degrees. And I still do to certain degrees. It's that, and then it's like seeing it firsthand. Where like, oh shit, I go out into the world, I decide to not be tuned in for a moment to the whole iPhone fucking, like daily life revolving around the iPhone thing. And then I really see it first person, and I'm like, oh yeah, this shit is fucking creepy. This shit really is fucking creepy. So that's kind of why I'm saying like, it's like I knew it, but now I like know it. And it's like, wow, what the fuck is wrong with us? It's really disturbing, frankly. And I think the fact that it's so subtle and so quiet and so omnipresent just makes it even more subversive and fucked up. That the fact that like me even talking about this just again, it makes me sound like I'm fucking overreacting over nothing. It's just like it's just a phone, it's just a phone. But I think that's what just makes it so fucking creepy. Is it's not just a fucking phone. Okay, like it's the news shit and all that stuff, but then it's like other stuff as well. I mean, what else is tied to your fucking iPhone? It's affected dating. That's how modern dating is. People don't meet in person anymore. No, they go into fucking apps and meet people and whatnot. And people have talked to death about the fucking downsides to online dating. It works out sometimes. Of course it does. Of course it fucking does. I personally know people who have gotten successful relationships out of online dating, but they're the exception, not the rule. Most people have fucked up experiences with online dating. That's a fact. Or another one instance is like I myself was considering like honestly just out of sheer boredom. I was just like, you know what, fuck it. I'll jump back in the dating game again. It's been like over a year for me, so like fuck it, why not just to try something out? And I was like, I don't want to go on the apps again. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna try like a speed dating thing just to fucking humiliate myself. I go on there, I read the description, and they say like, yeah, so each of these dates is only gonna last about 5 minutes because we like to deem that within 5 minutes you'll know whether or not you have like a valid connection with somebody. I'm like, no, you fucking don't. 5 minutes you can find out if you have like a valid connection with somebody. That is such fucking horseshit. Yeah, maybe if you're a bunch of fucking like completely full of shit, vapid assholes, you can find out in 5 minutes if you have a valid connection with somebody. Like, how many times is it like that you meet somebody that you end up like really bonding with where it's like awkward as fuck for the first 5 minutes. Maybe that's just me because I am a fucking awkward person, but I know that for a fact. There's a lot of people that I ended up being pretty goddamn cool with where it was fucking awkward to meet them initially. And it had to take a while for me to kind of get over that hump of awkwardness, and then eventually we got like on good terms with each other. And I'm not just even saying in a dating sense, but it's like what? Like this whole thing of just like, oh yeah, first impressions, that's it. 5 minutes, get your impression out. You'll know if you can connect with this person or not. You gotta know right now. Like used car salesman bullshit. That's what dating is now. It's just used car salesman tactics. Just vapid horseshit. Just connect in the most vapid, surface level shit. You gotta sell it, 5 minutes tops, get to it. If you're not good enough, fucking move on. Next person. Next person. They gotta sell. They gotta sell. They gotta sell. It's just fucking surface level, non-real connections, quick as possible. Quick fix, quick fix, quick fix. It's all quick fix shit. You know, this fucking, like, speed dating shit is just one example. Everything is fucking quick fix shit now. I mean, that is really what the fucking smartphones represent. It's all this quick fix shit. It's about just like, I mean, the thing that inspired me to try this dopamine detox was me watching a video about how our monkey brains work and how like our monkey brains constantly want like the tastiest, easiest to get banana, metaphorically speaking. And the iPhone is kind of like, well, I said chocolate cake, but it could be the chocolate covered banana. It's like quick, it's easy to get, but it's going to put you in a fucking diabetic coma when you have too many of it. But it's the easy one to get. Monkey brain want that one. Always wants that one. And everything's fucking monkey brain oriented nowadays. It's always the, ooh, the flashing, really quick fix shit. It's not the thing that like takes a while to kind of like build on you and actually is more gratifying in the long run. No, it's the stuff that just gets you immediately. And that's the problem with everything. It's like it's dating, news, all this shit. News is always like, oh, what's the threat to monkey? It's not like the chocolate banana, but it's like the fucking poison banana, I guess, like that. It's like always let's focus on that. Oh shit, it's immediate shit. Oh fuck, we gotta focus on that. We gotta focus on that. So it's just that's what it is. That's what it fucking is. And just the way that everything is garnered nowadays with the constant infinite scroll and stuff like that. Like the fact that my video is kind of going against that. Like I'm already past the 20-minute mark and I'm going against the fucking algorithm. The algorithm wants quick fix shit. YouTube's a little bit better about that, but you've got like stuff like TikTok. They're just like, yeah, minute and a half. Get that quick fix. Quick fix. Motherfucker, quick fix. Everything's just quick fix. It's quick fix. And at the same time, everything is just about going on to the next one, not just in that, but like in your life in general. Like I'm saying with the whole thing about work, something you just got to slog through to so you can get on your commute and you just got to slog through your commute so you can get home, have some entertainment to slog through the rest of your evening and make it compelling enough to fill up the fucking void of your evening so you can just go to sleep, go through sleep, go to work, rinse and repeat. You know, like as that song goes, it's like everybody's just fucking working for the weekend. That's what it is. It's just on to the next one, on to the next one. Nobody's ever present anymore. And honestly, I can't fucking blame people for not wanting to be present anymore because it was uncomfortable for me yesterday. It was fucking uncomfortable. And today, I'm like, yeah, I get it. We live in a fucking void. I don't want to be fucking present here either. This sucks. That's the thing. It's like on the one hand, it was like relieving to not have that constant like sugary crash of having the fucking iPhone shit on me constantly. But on the other hand, it was also eerie to be like so present in just like fucking, it's just, everything's just a fucking void now. It's just so empty. everything's just so fucking empty, man. It's fucking empty. Like, god damn it. People are fucking zombies, man. We are fucking zombies. It's really fucking creepy. It's really fucking creepy. I think that's just really, like, the point I wanted to make here. I don't even know if I have anything else to say, but, like, fuck, man, we're fucked. This is really fucking disturbing. I mean, I'll just leave it on this. After yesterday and today, I have become completely, like, 100% certain in my sentiment that things do not get better with time. That things are not getting better in the modern era. Shit does not get better. Shit just mutates. That's it. Okay? That's all that human history has been. It's just been one mutating ball of shit. Okay? That's it. That's it. Because a lot of people have been rightly pointing out how fucked up, like uniquely fucked up today is compared to like other times before then. The problem is though, there might have been things better back in the day, especially with regards to people being more connected in person and whatnot. But then you got to trade that out with the other bad shit that uniquely existed back then to replace the shit that we don't have to deal with nowadays. So yeah, people were more connected back in the day. People were more likely to talk to each other in person. They definitely did talk to each other more in person. People had a better sense of community overall, generally speaking. You know, they didn't have the fucking iPhone distractions and other quick fix distractions as badly and whatnot. But, you know, you go back in time and, at least from my homeland of the United States, black people didn't have, like, they were literally legally treated as second-class citizens. So that was a uniquely terrible thing about that back then. Women didn't have the right to vote for a long period of time in history. I mean, black people were literally fucking slaves for a long time. I can attest to this, even though I'm a tiny, tiny bit of it. I have a tiny bit of Native American ancestry. I mean, and who cares even if I didn't? It doesn't matter. But I guess a fraction of myself, of my people, were fucking genocidally massacred by the goddamn colonists who took over the United States. Was that a good time to be alive, especially as a Native American? Fuck no, it wasn't. So, I mean, ironically, we're having another fucking genocide going on right now. At least it's televised. Not that it seems to be making a fucking difference, aside from some people sending like aids of flotilla aids and whatnot to it. But, you know, it's not really making a difference. People are just informed and they're just helpless to watch this fucking tragedy unfold. But at least they're informed, which is less to say back then, like nobody fucking knew what was going on with the Native Americans. And even if they did, they wouldn't give a fuck because people just were more apathetic back then in a lot of ways. I mean, they are apathetic nowadays too. So I'm like, I don't fucking know. Just in a different version of it. So that's the thing. It's like, and if you go way farther back, you know, go to like return to monkey type status where you want to become like a fucking cave person. Like, sure, you had no distractions back then, right? You didn't have to deal with like all these horrible giant colonial powers of horrible tyrannical empires and shit. It was just people hanging out, living in a cave, man. Because there were cavemen and women. But then it's like, oh, great. Okay, so I'm going to live to be like fucking into my mid-30s if I'm lucky, because if I just fucking cut my toe on something, I'm just going to goddamn die, because there's absolutely, not even modern medicine, but even primitive medicine back then. Like maybe they can put some fucking herbs on my toe and hope that I don't get a lethal infection. And then also, I have to spend all my time fucking going around hunting goddamn woolly mammoths and shit. And there's no fucking creature comforts back then. Like there's no air conditioning, there's no heating, there's no comfortable beds and shit like that. No proper home security. You don't have doors and stuff in your caves. Like, so yeah, sure, you were living in touch with nature, but you came with all the downsides of being in nature. You're basically equivalent to like a really smart animal. And as I've said before in other videos, being an animal in nature fucking sucks ass. So that's what I'm saying. All of existence of humanity has just been one mutating ball of shit. There's never been a truly good time in human history, and today is no exception. We just have times that are less shit and times that are more shit, but it's always shit. It's always been shit, and odds are it will continue to be shit. Because even in addition to all the fucking stuff we're dealing with the sort of death of global human culture, in my opinion, and definitely the death of human social interaction, where we've just become commodified and weird, and everything's just on your fucking screens and shit like that, and people very rarely truly connect with one another in person as much anymore. I mean, they do, but it's like, you know what I mean? I'm not wrong here. Everybody fucking like agrees with that. So, well, not everybody agrees with that, but a lot of people do. So, but even beyond just that, even beyond the whole fucked up thing about the whole like weird fucking disconnected culture we have nowadays, is we also have other existential threats that didn't exist back then that are unique to nowadays. Like, I mean, people kind of forget about this. Climate change is still a thing. It's still fucking happening. It's still fucking happening. So there we go. We have that unique existential threat to ourselves. People are always constantly doom mongering about the potential of like World War III happening. That always seems like we're on the verge of that. I think a lot of that shit is like fear mongering by governments to keep people scared and complacent. But I could be wrong because they have the means to do it. That's for sure. We got enough nukes to blow up the world a million times over. That's a unique threat that exists nowadays that didn't exist before. Apparently, global cancer rates are on the rise, which I think a lot of that shit has to do with kind of tied to global warming and shit, like a lot of just the polluted shit that we're fucking spewing into the air, more processed foods and stuff like that, and just other commodities that we're putting into consumables and whatnot. So that's a unique threat to nowadays. Like cancer rates have never been worse today than they've ever been in human history. At least I think so. Maybe I'm talking out of my ass here. And then beyond just that, it's like I don't fucking know, but like the AI apocalypse shit. Like all just the fact that like AI is going to start taking people's jobs and we don't have a system that's there to like properly reciprocate people that are losing their jobs to AI. And in addition to that, the even creepier in my opinion, the fucking level of misinformation is going to come out now that AI is borderline indistinguishable from real life content. I mean, I could fucking be AI for all you know. I mean, I think the shit that I'm ranting about makes it pretty clear that I'm not AI, or maybe that's exactly what the AI wants you to think. But just shit like that. So that's what I'm saying. Things are not better nowadays. Sure, the infant mortality rate's never been lower. Sure, modern medicine has never been better. And sure, we're technically the least warmongering as we've ever been. But like, yeah, all those other things though kind of balance that out to be kind of shit in its own way. So I don't know. Existence just sucks. And this is just the new form of suck. Maybe things were all right when I was like, like late 90s, 2000s or something, right before the smartphone had its huge advent, right before people got into social media and whatnot. But that could just be my nostalgic goggles, like biasing me because like I was a kid back then. So I'm sure that's probably part of it. I'm sure there was plenty of other shit to be awful back in the 90s and 2000s. I mean, I know there was shit that was awful back then. But I just don't know how fucking awful. I assume it was less awful, but again, I'm biased by my fucking youth nostalgia of that time period. So I don't know. I don't know what to do about this. I don't know what to say about this. But as much as I'm critical of this, like again, I can't blame people. But it's a catch-22 because this sort of wanting to run away from the absolute emptiness of our existence, of our daily existence, it makes perfect sense to me. But at the same time, people running away from it constantly is also just making the problem fucking worse. So what the fuck do you do? Because that's what I'm saying. Like when I'm out there, I'm like, yeah, when I'm on a train with a bunch of fucking iPhone zombies, I want to join right in along with them because this sucks. It sucks just standing here and staring at all these people that are basically just fucking cardboard cutouts of humans that are just waiting for the commute to fucking end. Yeah, I don't want to fucking be present in this shit. This sucks. It's awful. But then again, like I said, if I partake in that stuff as well, then I'm just kind of adding to the whole emptiness of this existence. It's a fucking horrible catch-22. Yeah, the only people I really blame, it's not the average person, it's the fucking assholes who conjured this stuff up in the first place. The fucking elite assholes of society. And by the elites, I'm not like calling out any specific demographic, any race, religion, whatever the fuck. I'm just calling out the motherfuckers with way too much power and money that just want to fucking control us. That's it. That's the only group of people should be out against. We shouldn't be out for blood with each other. We shouldn't be criticizing each other too much. I mean, we can criticize each other like I'm criticizing other people, but we shouldn't have animosity towards one another unless somebody's really a piece of shit, obviously. No, it's just us versus the fucking elites. That's all there is to it. That's all there fucking is to it. I don't give a fuck if you're a Democrat, a Republican, a fucking Mormon, Muslim, Jewish, a fucking Zoroastrian. If you're not fucking one of those Zuckerberg types, if you're not fucking Donald Trump types, whatever the fuck, you know who I'm talking about. I can fucking extend an olive branch to you. Okay? It's just the fucking elites are the problem. But then again, like I said, let's say we deal with that problem. We take care of the whole elites problem of society. We get rid of this whole brainwashing, mediocre, disconnected shit fucking constant fear-mongering, pollutant-filled, nuclear brinksmanship bullshit society that they've conjured for us. Well, I mean, call me a cynic. Some other shit's just going to come by to replace it. Okay? Because that's just human nature. We like to make things shitty for ourselves. I don't think we do it intentionally, but subconsciously. It's like we have a moment of peace, and then some new shit rises to the top to replace the old shit. It's always like that. We're beings of just self-destructive conflict. It's just in our fucking nature. And the only thing we excel at is making a new brand of self-destructive conflict every couple of decades to every couple of centuries. And that's why our existence is fucking fucked, folks. That's why our existence is fucking fucked. And I don't know what to tell you. I wish I could say that there's some solution to all this. The only thing I can say is, I mean, fuck, I don't like giving out advice because what the fuck do I know? This is what I think is the case on things, but that's the thing. It's like, as much as I want to get like on my high horse about the shit, I know that I'm just indulging my own ego here. And that's something you always got to look out for. Because as soon as you start indulging your ego too much, you become a fucking know-it-all. And you think that you can't be fallible and that you can't be a dumb fuck. And it's like, no. I have to always be open to the fact that all the shit I've said can be completely disproven and I can be completely full of shit. But this is how I see it right now, folks. This is my empirical conclusion that I've come to, is that this is why shit's fucked up and will continue to be fucked up. And maybe I'm wrong, but as far as I'm concerned right now, I'm totally right. But again, maybe I'm wrong. So I'll just say, I'm not going to even give you advice. I'm just going to say what's been working for me so far. And it's not much, but just taking a fucking day a week. That's just what I'm going to try doing from now on, even if it's kind of rough, to just try this shit. Just try this, just no fucking technology distraction for just one day a week and just see where the fuck that goes. Just try disconnecting for at least one day a week. And even beyond that, just try and disconnect less and less and less. Because I think that that's like kind of the closest thing we can do to like a valid rebellion against this shit. But I don't fucking know. If somebody else out there has a better idea than me, I'm fucking all ears because I'm lost too. This is just the closest I've seen to a clearing in this forest of bullshit that we're in right now. Anyways, I think that's it for me today. This video went on very long, but good. I hope it went on very long. I know it went on very long, but I hope it was excessively long for some folks out there. Not that many people ever see these videos, as I always say. And I hope that fucking a bunch of people tuned out before even finishing it and got bored of it, because you're not the target audience for me anyways. So whatever. Go watch your goddamn TikToks, you fucking ADHD son of a bitch. Just kidding. Like I'm any better than that. I got fucking ADHD out the ass too. So yeah. That's that. Thanks for watching. And yeah, gonna just keep fucking trying that shit. That, and I definitely don't regret getting this. It's been a good call. Probably one of the best decisions I made this year is getting this little bad boy here. Nokia is fucking goated. By the way, just as a side note, I charged this motherfucker because I got the phone before I actually set it up. I charged this phone like fucking 4 days ago. The battery life, I mean, I did turn it off a few times. The battery life is still completely full. Completely fucking full. It's incredible. And I'm not that I've tried it yet, but I imagine this thing is just as indestructible as the old Nokias used to be. So there you go. Beautiful Nokia. This is where phones should have stopped. Yeah, that's right, phone. When you got the Shartphone, it all went to shit. No, seriously, fuck the fucking smartphone. I'm tempted maybe one of these days to just go fucking destroy this piece of shit. But then again, what would I record myself on? I was trying my computer, but that camera and that audio is not great. So anyways, I'm fucking done. It's almost 40 minutes on this video, and I think I've talked way enough. I'm actually fucking thirsty from how much I've talked. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and fucking good luck to you, because you're definitely gonna need it. Good luck to all of us, but we're probably fucked. But let's make the most of it, I guess, whatever the fuck that even means. Or not. Or don't make the most of it, just give up. Do whatever you want. It's your life. All right, so long.